Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Good morning, Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live. Clay M Canucks Commentary, Clay in the AM, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay, Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks Take, all in one take. It is Tuesday morning, December the 30th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Good morning, Gerald. Good morning, James. Good morning, Dino and Mena. Good morning, Irvin. Good morning, Unpaved. Good morning, Leah. Those are the people I see in the chat. And then backstage, I see Fangirl. Not backstage. I also see Fangirls here as well. Good morning to all of you. Thank you for being here on this Tuesday morning, the penultimate day of this calendar year. And going to have a quick 35 to 40 minute show this morning, maybe even shorter, as I have to drive Kayla to work because their car's in the shop. My car's in the shop too. I would just put it this way. My car got hit. My new car got hit in a parking lot Christmas week while Gail was shopping. And thankfully, the person waited for Gail to get out of the shopping center. And it turned out to be our family driving instructor. So I won't give away his name. I'm sure he's pretty embarrassed. But yes, my car got hit in a Chinese supermarket parking lot by my kid's driving instructor. Needless to say, grateful that he stayed. Great, not that he wouldn't, because he's a good guy. But a bit of an inconvenience as I'm driving a Toyota Corolla, which is fine. Courtesy car, as my Honda Civic Hybrid is in the shop. All right, moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Good morning, Ian. Members, that's Legends Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or shopping, or all three, but the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, how much I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved this morning. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message, and if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. So last night I had a members live stream, went very well, and I went over the goals, the stats, the game itself, went over the scores, the standings, and then we gave away a pair of tickets. And congratulations to legendary Swervin Yrvin for winning that pair of tickets. So this morning, to differentiate, I'm going to talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing from last night's game. Also what they said. So what I liked. I liked Kevin Lankinen's game, obviously, going 37 saves on 39 shots, stonewalling Seattle throughout the game, especially in the third period, especially in overtime, and especially in the shootout, stopping all three shots from Seattle. And he's gone 17 for 17 this season. Perfect. And he's 48 out of 54 in the last few seasons, which is like 89%. Amazing stuff. The best save percentage among active goalies in shootouts. So good. And Demko's fifth on that list. So we have two of the top five active goalies shootout save percentage leaders, if that makes sense. That was a bit of a mouthful, but you know what I mean. So Kevin Lankinen's game was certainly one thing I liked. I like Connor Garland fighting Jared McCann. Maybe Garland's elbow was a little bit dirty, but McCann, to his credit, said he asked Connor Garland to fight. Garland said yes. They fought, and that was it. So even McCann, hockey players, they don't really make a big deal. They don't like to whine. They don't like to look like they're complaining. So he just said, I asked him to fight. Garland said yes, and we fought, and that was it. But Garland, all the guys in all the post game, which I'll talk about in a second, all of them said that Garland's fight was the kind of thing that turned. It was basically the spark that turned the game around for the Vancouver Canucks. So Garland, great fight. And it was actually, I said this with Parker on Canucks After Dark yesterday. Garland was stronger on his skates than I thought. I know McCann's not the biggest guy ever, but he's strong enough. But the fact that Garland stood in there, went toe to toe, punch for punch with Jared McCann, that was pretty impressive. I like Liam Ohgren's game once again. Only 13 minutes of ice time, but he got an assist on that Carlson goal, and with the shootout winner, he's also so if Lankinen's our shootout king in goal, Ohgren's our shootout king when it comes to game-winning goals. He had the clincher against Boston on the 20th. He had the clincher last night. So I like Liam Ohgren's game as he continues to assimilate into his new team. I thought Petey was good, better than the game that he came back in. So he was good, and looking forward to watching him tonight in 20 minutes of ice time. It was active, right? He had 2 shots, 1 block shot, and then he had the goal, the important game-tying goal in the middle. And Philip Hronek's been a beast, being the Canucks' best defenseman this entire season. I would have actually said this, well, Quinn Hughes was here too, because Hronek's been solid. 4 block shots, 1 hit, and then +1. No points, but 29 minutes of ice time. Obviously, that's a bit bolstered by the actual by the overtime, but still. And then Canucks penalty kill went 1 for 6, which is 5 for 6, which is pretty good. 6 on average. Teams are going to score 1 out of every 4 or 1 out of every 5 at the bare minimum. So to go 1 for 6, that's fine. No questions there. So those are among the many things that I liked from last night's game. What I didn't like, I didn't like getting outshot 16-3 in the third period, or 3-0 overtime. So 19-3 combined in the third period and extra frame. So I didn't like that. Didn't like the fact that we didn't draw more penalties. We need more than 2 power plays a game, especially when the other team gets 6. Adam Foote referenced that. So I don't know if the Canucks weren't moving their feet enough or whatever it may be. And this is the first half of a back-to-back. We got the second half tonight. Quick flight home, of course. But yeah, tonight against Rick Tocchet and the Flyers. And then I guess what else didn't I like? It's easy just to go through goals against and just talk about what you didn't like in each goal. But the first one was power play goal. You can't really do much about that. The second one, though, bad line change. So that's bad coaching. That's bad focus. Then we had guys going off late, guys coming back on late. And then when guys coming on, them running into each other, i.e., I think it was DPD and Myers. I think it was. Basically giving Melanson and Winterton a 2-on-0. So, and they made no mistakes. So I didn't like that. But, yeah, the Canucks... I didn't like the fact that they got outshot 39-24, so that tells me that Seattle had the run of play and the Canucks were bailed out by good goaltending. So you might like the victory, but you might not like the fact that they were the second best team on the ice yesterday. And before I get to one other thing, what they said, so Pettersson talked about his goal, but talked about that they need to create more offense. But and PD's good, like he didn't talk to the media after his first game back, but his second game back, talked about just getting stronger, and he did acknowledge that his line has to create and that he himself has to play better defensively. So some good awareness, self-awareness from PD. Then they went over to Kevin Lankinen, and Lankinen was the first to give Connor Garland credit for that fight to pick up the team. Lankinen also just talked about how confident he is in shootouts, which is amazing. Lankinen also talked about how he always wants to help the team win. Very unselfish guy. And I think he wasn't happy with his play at the start of the season, so he talked about how much he wants to contribute to the team and how great it is when they win. They went to Linus Karlsson. He also talked about how Connor Garland's fight kind of sparked the team. And Karlsson said for his goal, it was simply Liam poking over to him off of a face-off win by Rossi. Although actually it wasn't a face-off win by Rossi because Rossi didn't get an assist. I guess it was they said that the Seattle Kraken center won the puck, but then Karlsson intercepts it, pokes it over to Ohgren, and Ohgren has an easy goal. Sorry, other way around. Ohgren pokes it over to Karlsson, and Karlsson has an easy goal. All the goals are important, and that one was the one that connects on the board. And then Karlsson, like almost everyone else, credited Connor Garland for giving the team a spark. And then it went to Adam Foote. Adam Foote said a lot of things. He said that he didn't like the start. He didn't, although we only got a shot 14-12 in the first. Then we outshot them 9-6. Didn't like getting run around in the third period. Talked about Ohgren, how he's becoming a good shootout player, and no qualms putting him in. Talked about Connor Garland's fight. Obviously, didn't want Garland to fight because he didn't want Garland to get hurt, but was fine with the result, the way it sparked the team. Obviously, very, 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 very confident and supportive of Kevin Lankinen's game. And so Foote was good. He was I noticed he's pretty even keel. Not everyone's a big Adam Foote fan, but at least he faces the media, and he's not he doesn't get too crazy when the Canucks lose. He kind of protects his players, and then when the Canucks win, he's not too cocky. Not, well, how can you be overconfident? You're still 30th team in the league, but he does a pretty good job of explaining things, and he doesn't seem to be short with the media, which is pretty good. One other thing. So as I'm, I guess with the World Juniors and with McKenna lighting it up, it's just gonna exaggerate or put a focus, a spotlight on the Canucks position. And I think it's gonna be the debate that we have all the way until the end of the season is this team good enough to push for a wild card spot? Maybe you push for a wild card spot, only get swept by Colorado, for instance, or do you actively tank? Yes, I can say the word now, and try and make sure that you're in the top 3, top 5 mix. Or, as many people have said, just, the players aren't going to tank. Adam Foote still wants to win. He's competitive as heck, Stanley Cup champion. Just see what happens, because anything that we do is probably, as fans, content creators, probably not going to influence what the Canucks end up deciding to do, how they approach each game, how they make coaching decisions, deployment decisions, blah, blah, blah. So I've always said this team is too good to be a bottom 5 team if they are healthy. And we're starting to see Petey come back to form. Now both goaltenders are going. The defense is stepping up. We're getting secondary scoring. I guess the one thing that we still need is more primary scoring from guys like Jake DeBrusk, who wasn't even playing last night, Brock Besser, Connor Garland, whatever it may be. Evander Kane's been chipping in with assists. Evander Kane's been fine. He's been 19 points in 37 games. Exactly what we expected, a point every 2 games. But I guess my one other thing, truly to summarize it, is, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for 4 more months of should they tank or not tank? Are they good enough to push for the playoffs, or should they rebuild with more than just a hybrid retool? So, or rebuild with more than just a hybrid form. So, Patrick Alvin's famous line. So my question, the one other thing I guess I have reflected in, given how quickly they can move up and down the standings, after they won 4 straight, they shot up to 11th or 12th in the Western Conference, and then they lost 2 straight. Then they're down at the bottom, and now they've passed Winnipeg and Chicago. So it's all mumbo jumbo. Just a 2 or 3 wins can shoot you up 5 or 6 places. So let's see what happens. The Canucks have a relatively easy schedule. They have Philly tonight, although Philly's been playing good, and then a bit of a break, and then they have back-to-back: Seattle on Friday at home, Boston on Saturday. I'm going to tonight's game. So if you're at tonight's game, I know there's a few of you going. In our live stream last night, we talked about how there's a few people that are likely going tonight, including Rosie, Somi, Gerald, Justin, Tyler, and his wife Sam, to name a few. So if you're around, my usual first intermission meetup outside of section 316, would love to say hello. So Canucks fans, I'll get to all your comments and your feedback from last night's game in a second. But first, let me do my Mitchell sponsor read. And I start off by thanking my primary sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to secondary sponsors. The first one is Gassy Jack Art, creator of this wonderful artwork you see in my home office. Check them out at gassyjackart.com. We got Mulligan Golf Company at mlgngolf.com, some wonderful golfing accessories and apparel. And then Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. Also, reminder of my shows this week. Today is Tuesday morning, so we are doing a Clay M right now. That's what we're watching. Tonight, Tuesday night, 11 p.m., post-game show, wrapping up Canucks versus the Flyers. Also going to give away some memberships. And then I have a Clay M tomorrow morning, no show tomorrow night, and then a Clay M on Saturday morning. And I think for the new year, I think I have decided what I'm going to do with these morning shows. I'll get some feedback from you guys tonight and even from this morning. But I think I know which way I'm going to go in the new year with these shows. And I will say, I will do a couple morning shows a week, but I'm not convinced that I'm going to do them every time the Canucks play, because I got to look at the numbers. It hasn't really moved the needle. Has it given an opportunity for others to chime in? Yes, which is great, which I value very much. But, I will see what happens in the new year. But I have a plan. And here we go. Nice to see. Appreciate this is Dustin, right? Good morning, Clay, and everyone in the chat. Hope your week is starting off well with the Sunday night win. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here, and keep up the great work between you and Russell, of course. And I know it's your evening show for sure. I get it, Jackie. I get it, but yeah, I need more of you to make it worth it, if that makes sense. Like, you're worth it alone mostly, but it's got to make sense from a time and energy perspective. But I will have feedback. I'll take probably feedback at the end of this show, but I'll definitely take feedback at tonight's show as well. All right, let's go back. Good morning. You look so handsome this morning. Well, thank you. Same to you, even though I can't see you, but I'm sure you look great too. Hey, James, Happy New Year to you as well. Nice to see you. Gerald. Everyone, greeting everyone. And yes, that is Dustin. Great to see you. I hope you know that I watch you and Russell as much as I can when I can, but keep grinding, keep looking. Keep looking. You guys are doing great job. Yes, Monday night. I know. Would you guys agree that because with Christmas being on midweek, and then I don't know what your guys' work schedules, but I was off for a few days, it kind of messes you up. Like, you don't know what day of the week it is. You don't know if it's Christmas, if it's New Year's. You don't know if you're supposed to be working or supposed to be on holiday. You don't know when the Canucks are playing. You don't know when Canada's playing, or maybe you know all these things. I just find that there's been a couple times over this past week where I've been kind of confused as to what day of the week it is. And Dustin, as smart as he is, suffered from the same thing, because he called it a Sunday night win when it was yesterday. It was Monday. Yeah. But that's okay. Yes, I'll take feedback tonight, and I do know it's your evening show, Jackie, for sure. Is it time to try out the Swedish connection line of Ohgren, EP40, and Carlson, or Höglander, EP40, and Carlson? Yeah, you need a center, right? There's PD's the only Swedish center, but I wonder if that's playing Carlson or Höglander or Ohgren a little too high in the lineup. I think Ohgren has the potential to be top six. I think Höglander is middle six. I think Carlson is bottom six. So none of them scream first liners to me, but you never know. Yes, Dusty is here, and so is your ravioli. Love it. Yrvin is here. I didn't like that overtime solved nothing at all. Yeah, it wasn't the most exciting overtime, and Seattle outshot us 3-0. Apparently the Canucks have fought 4 times, and Garland was in half of them. Yeah, I saw that stat. Was it a Mancini, 2 Garlands, and someone else? Yeah, Garland, you're the smallest player on the team with the most fights. I appreciate that. Thank you, Clay. Same to you. Thank you for being such a dead Canucks fan. Awesome. I love these mutual admiration societies, but seriously, Dustin, you and Russell are killing it. I love how innovative you guys are on your show. I tell Russell this all the time. And I love how you innovate and not imitate, if that makes sense. What 67? What 67? You want me to do the stupid 6-7 thing? Hello, hockey from home. Nice to see you. Hey, James. Yeah, I did a whole show actually on Jake DeBrusk being in scratch. I did that on Sunday night because we knew that heading into Monday. So I did do that whole show already. But I will say this. He took it like a pro. It's not the first time he's been scratched. It's one of those catch-22s, and I explained this yesterday too, where I'm sure he wants the team to win, but if the team loses, better chance he gets back in the lineup. I still think he's going to get back in the lineup tonight, back-to-back. Höglander only got 9 minutes of ice time, and you're not gonna bench Kane, O'Connor, or Ohgren right now. So my guess is DeBrusk gets in for Höglander tonight, and these things can go sideways. As soon as a veteran gets benched, he can sulk and pout and whine, but DeBrusk is not that type of player. From a Canadian living in France, a happy New Year's to Canada, the Canucks, and Clay. Thank you, CC. I got to write, because YouTube does usernames and not handles. I have to click on your channel to see who I'm talking to. Oh, it's CC. You don't have your name on there. So thank you, CC. So this is one of the reasons why I do these morning shows, though, is for the overseas people. It's a better time than 11 p.m. at night, which is usually their for Europe, it's like 7 or 8 in the morning. For Asia, it's in the afternoon. So appreciate you being here, and thank you, and all the same greetings to you. Dustin, I like the build of a 90s line. And we're not talking about players born in the 90s. We're talking about players wearing the number 90. Ohgren, Rossi, Karlsson. Not sure a Swede top line would work. There you go. Exactly. I think we got to staple Besser and PD together right now, try and get them both going. Not bad, just as long as DeBrusk isn't their third. But yes, I do like... I'd be fine with Ohgren playing second line. I'd be fine with Karlsson up there in spurt. So really, under this type of lineup, you would have PD, Bane. Didn't I combine DeBrusk and Besser's name to say DeBrock? Yeah, our new player, Jake DeBrock. So under this combination and permutation, Dustin, it would be PD with Brock and Kane. Then you could have Rossi with Karlsson, Ohgren. That means your third line, you could go Ratu with Garland and DeBrusk. And then a fourth line of O'Connor, Sherwood with whoever. Camp for Sasson. I'm not sure if I like that now I say it out loud, but I hear what you're saying for sure. Toronto Maple Leafs are 6-7. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. When do you think the next shoe falls when it comes to your trade? I'm not convinced that the Canucks are going to do anything before the Olympic break, to be honest with you. Unless they really think, like in the Quinn Hughes trade, that the maximum value is now. I don't know. With you guys know my 6-point theory. They're still within 6 points of a playoff spot, although improbable. I don't know. I get the sense, and I could be proven wrong. They might do a trade today. I don't think so. They have a game day, but I just get the sense it's not going to happen soon. Apparently, the Kraken have fought the Canucks the most at 10 fights since entering the league. Next team was a Cali team at 7. That makes sense. And you think of, didn't Tyler Myers like staple someone to the boards a couple of years ago? And you think out of any team geographically, I know there's no, you don't really, I always say you build a rivalry through either a playoff series or a really nasty play, bad hit, injury, whatever it may be. And the Myers one wasn't brutal, but it was okay. But yeah, I don't think Seattle is a rival yet, aside from geographically. But not surprised then that out of all teams, they fought us the most. And hopefully it will spark Jake. Yes, that is usually the motivation, right, when you do a benching. Talkett revenge game or PD revenge tour? I think Talkett had his revenge game on last week already. So let's go with PD revenge tour tonight. By the way, actually, someone asked me, I'm not sure who asked me today. Was it Fangirl or someone else? Someone asked me, what kind of reception will Talkett receive tonight? So I'm going to give you 3 options. Is he going to get cheered? Is he going to get jeered? Or I'll say booed. Or is he going to be lukewarm applause? What do you guys think? What kind of reception will Talkett receive tonight? I'm sure they'll say during the first TV timeout or the first whistle in the first period, which the Canucks like to do. Yeah, if it's a bigger one, they do it during a TV timeout where they're not limited to just 30 seconds. They have 2.5 minutes. Or if they don't want to do something big, then it's usually first whistle and just a welcome back, Rick. What do you think is going to happen tonight? Yes, that's great that you're not the only European person. And actually, today's view is not bad. We're cresting 30 viewers. Feel the same way. Hoglander probably comes out tonight for DeBrusk. Looks like he's still catching up for the long injury that kept him out. Yeah. And then it's an easy excuse for a foot to pull him right now. But what do you do 10 or 15 games from now? Great point. Appreciate DeBrusk's professionalism when being scratched and still did media availability. Great point. Were you expecting Ross to have more of an impact by now? From a points perspective, yes, but he does good things on the ice, Yrvin, I noticed. And he was probably playing a little bit above his pay grade. Now that PD's back, I like to see Rossi settle in properly to that second line center spot, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think Booyam and especially Ohgren have been a bit more noticeable, to be honest. Good morning, J-Lo. Last time the Leafs won was in 1967. Well, I knew that. The last time they won the cup, but I didn't know It's kind of random, right? That Jackie brought that up today. Something like that lineup. It's Kane that is currently the problem. Yeah, I know you guys. I've seen you guys rag on him. I know you're not Kane's biggest fans. Is Niels on his way out of the team? We'll see. Let's give it a few more games. He wasn't Tocchet's favorite, and I'm not sure if he's Adam Foote's favorite, but and it's funny. I'm not saying that we have a glut or a logjam of quality at left wing. We don't have a logjam of quality anywhere except defensemen. Sorry, except goaltending, but and young defensemen. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. What, Ring of Honor for Rick Tocchet? What's Gao? Hakao. For the first time 3 days ago, I want someone to visit Vancouver. Yes, this would be the best place to get it. If I was going today, I'd boo him. All he did was dump and Okay, Ian, I'll boo him for you. No, I don't boo. I don't do that. Jackie, let me know when you come to Vancouver. We'll have to grab. Yes, with dim sum. I always say you dim some, you lose some. You never know. Not everyone can watch it now, but after and stuff also counts now. Yep, great point, Jackie. But I look up my own time, my own energy, the growth of the channel. Does this move? Basically, my question I have to ask myself is, does this show move the needle at all? Or am I doing a show just for the sake of doing a show? And I'm going to kind of talk about this more tonight when I have more time to expand on it. And it's not me looking for accolades or affirmation. I got to be realistic with my time and energy, especially as I don't get any younger, right? So that's kind of what I'm weighing. But I'll open it up for a few minutes here, and then I'll open it up tonight as well. Lukewarm, but I prefer boo. There you go. I guess when you say it out loud, maybe maybe DeBrus, EP40 Garland, Ohgren, Rossi, Besser, Doc, Ratu, and Sherwood, Kane, Sasson, and Carlson is balanced lineup. Yeah, if everyone is going. Yeah, I do like O'Connor and Sherwood playing together, whatever center they flank, whether it's Kampf, whether it's Ratu, so that's fine. Now you have Kane on the fourth line. Yeah, I just don't see that happening, but I hear you, because then you can keep Ohgren or Rossi together. Yeah. I guess if you put Ohgren in the second line, one of Doc or Kane will have to be your fourth liner if you keep DeBrusque in the top six. Yeah, DeBrusque was crazy how he went from first line to second line to third line to fourth line in that. Actually, he started in the second line. In the game before, he was scratched. Unpaved, Rossi's not impressing me. Well, that's fair. I think he does a lot of good things. Maybe not flashy things, though. Our abundance of middle six wingers and lack of legit top six is handcuffs so bad. Yeah. Yeah, every time we try and make a lineup, it's so true. Nice to see folks from Russell Streams that weren't on yours, Clay, on this channel, and even the Canucks After Dark community. Yeah, there's a lot of crossover for sure, and that's the one benefit of having so many content. That's one of the benefits of having so many content creators is it introduces new people to new content creators, which is a good thing. I wouldn't say it waters down things, but it gives people a lot of options, which is a good thing. But then I guess it's not competition, but the simple math is the more shows that are going on at the same time, the actual fewer people watching each individual show. The sum is going to be better, but the individual shows, I wouldn't suffer is too strong of a word, but the numbers may get effective. When you say tomorrow, I don't know if you're talking about your tomorrow, my tomorrow. I'll just say that I'll use my time zone, and then Jackie, you can adjust. Tonight at 11 p.m. post-game show, tomorrow morning, the same thing as this. Tocchet did not help the locker room issues. He is the padre de familia of the locker room. What does that mean? The father? Clay, lead the Vancouver fans in a classy cheer for Tocchet. If nothing else, he improved the decor and left footy something to work with. I do think he's going to get cheered as opposed to booed. What do you think is the biggest difference between the Canucks record versus Seattle, 9-6-1 versus Vegas? Was it from teams learning from Vegas the first time around, not making Seattle, and making Seattle weak? Absolutely, yeah. Vegas was built as a juggernaut because they were stealing from other teams, and yeah, you just look at the lineup and there's no comparison, right? The way Vegas was built versus the way Seattle was built. And yes, GMs learn for sure. Kane needs to play less with all those reckless penalties. Fourth line sounds good to me, Dusty. I still want Kane traded, honestly. He's becoming a free agent. Might as well get some asset back from him. True. McKenna, Bedard, Ohgren sounds nice to me. Yes, my night show is your morning. My morning show is your night. I get it. Or your late afternoon. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to wrap up in 5 minutes, but I would just love, you can keep talking about the Canucks for sure. Last night's game. You can talk about Rick Tocchet's return tonight. You can talk about if you're going to see me tonight at the game, first intermission. 41% lukewarm, 35% cheers, 24% booed. So 75% of you are saying some sort of applause for sure. So you guys are here. There's 23 of you here in the morning, which is fine. There's 23 on YouTube, that is, and another, whatever. I remember X isn't simultaneous views, it's cumulative views. So it says like 65, but I don't think there's 65 people watching on X. I think 65 people have scrolled past it on X. But usually, yeah, the morning shows I'll get between 15 and 30. My night shows I'll get anywhere between 50 to 150. So obviously the morning shows are 5 times smaller, but I thought I'd do this to give people from other parts of the country, other parts of the world, and simply non-night people, morning people, a chance to listen to something in the morning. But when I'm working, I have to do them early, right? So I'm not too late to work. So I've been doing it at 7:45. It's a little early. It's obviously I can do it. It's worth it for the people, but I got to think, is it worth it for the channel overall? So as I wrap up here in the next 3 minutes, would love your feedback, especially those of you that are here this morning and those of you that are here usually in the morning ones. And I know I'm blessed to have a lot of people that go to both. Jackie, Gerald, Irvin, Fangirl. You guys are, Dino, you guys are, Justin, I think I already said, you guys are both morning and night shows, which I appreciate. Then I see some people here in the morning that I don't see at night a lot. And that's people like Leah, Unpaved, J-Lo, which I appreciate. I appreciate that you, and then people like CC who are in France. So I'm grateful for anyone who watches from Hong Kong and such. So I would love to hear your quick feedback. Yes, do these shows, keep doing these shows. No, I'll survive without them. And you can be brutally honest. Yes, but change the format. Yes, but don't do them so often. I like the format because I like how it's different than my evening shows. But because I just don't want to do a repeat, right? People can just watch the replay from last night. So I want to offer something different than what I do in the evenings, but I want to make sure it's worth it to all of you. CC says, enjoy the game. Thank you, CC. Justin, Fanatics has started selling some Olympic merch for guys like Marchand and Suzuki, even though the roster won't be announced on New Year's Eve. Is it a leak? Yeah, I don't know. Or if they're just, that's a good point. Or maybe they're confident in their predictions. Have fun at the game tonight. Thanks for the quick chat this morning. See some of you tonight on Russ's channel. Yes, make sure you go check out what Dustin and Russell are doing. Thanks, Dustin. Nice to see you. Is it me or has Hogs not been himself since an injury? Was actually hoping he'd play with Petey, but I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, he's looked a little tentative, hasn't he? So Unpaved likes the nighttime. Likes the nighttime. J-Lo says, I like that listeners have options. Dustin says, missing camp at the start of the season has been brutal on Hoglander. Poor guy's a half step behind by the third period. That's a great point. Hey, Jake, nice to see you. Hope you're not, well, I know what kind of job you do, so I hope you're not actually doing your job right now and you're on a break. But yeah, I got your message. I'll message you later. Thank you. Great stream. Happy Tuesday. Blessing to you and your family. You too, Dino Mena. Thank you. Dino and I like both the morning and the evening. Okay, there's a vote for both. Leah, don't overwork yourself. I said maybe do a weekend morning show. Yeah. Oh, interesting, Leah. I can spill the beans here because you guys are the morning troopers. I'm actually thinking of going Friday, Saturday mornings because you know how I go nights, Sunday through Thursday? And then I was actually thinking of doing a Saturday morning for sure, just to kind of bridge the gap because I don't stream Friday, Saturday, and maybe throwing in a Friday morning when I can. So I would drop down to 2 morning shows, but they would be back to back Friday, Saturday morning. Great idea. Great minds. Good looking people think alike. Just do whatever you find fun, Clay. People show up for you. Well, thank you, Jake. You are one of them people that does show up for me. And I agree. I will not. Yeah, I've learned, and I think content creators who don't become a slave, not you guys make us slaves. That's not what I'm saying. Who don't become a slave though to any expectation either of their own of people. That's challenging when that happens. But when someone can set their schedule and does what makes sense and people support them, that's obviously the best case scenario. Both work for me. Good breakfast listening or early morning listening. Then the evening streams are great too. Thank you, Fangirl. I like that Canucks fans can vent or rant or express their love to the Canucks win or lose. I like that too. Have a great evening. Love all. I'll love you and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Jackie. Thank you. Actually, like this format of the show, just can't always catch the morning shows. Okay, awesome. So I don't want to read into it too much, but it sounds like you might like this even more than the evening ones. Can just catch the night show the next morning. Yep, that is true. CC 73 in CCC. Oh yes, is that CC from France? Works for me, and you like the 9 a.m. Yeah, 9 a.m. is fine when I'm not working, Ian. I can't pull off 9 a.m. when I'm working. What if Canucks have an early game on a Saturday? What if? Oh, you mean post game? No, I like kind of protect the integrity of my Friday and Saturday nights, to be honest with you. Go through second half of the season and maybe pick 2 or 3 games a month as marquee games and do those. Leafs and rivals can allow more time to promote ahead of time and perhaps bring on guests. Very good. That is a good example too. Bounces time for you to rest. That's a good point. Friday and Saturday mornings work great for overseas, but it'll be like Saturday morning cartoon time slot, if that's still a thing. Well, some would call me a Saturday morning cartoon as well. All right, friends, on that note, I am going to wrap up. I appreciate you guys. Got to drive Kayla to work. Her car's in the shop too. So both my car and Kayla got hit by our neighbor. So we've had bad luck over the past month. So both of our cars are in the shop. So I'm going to drive Kayla to work right now with my amazing white Toyota Corolla courtesy car. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's the legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Swervin Yrvin, legendary Andrew Chang. Thanks for your support. Thanks to Hall of Fame franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, like the video, subscribe. You can leave a donation. Get the donation train out of the station before we wrap up. Thanks to my sponsors, Vancity Experts Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, and Mulligan Golf Company, and Gerald. Gerald wins today's leaderboard with 150, and then a bunch of people tied for 75 points. Good morning, Julia. Julia, just wrapping up, but good to see you. All right, friends, if you're at the game tonight, come say hi. First intermission outside of section 316. I'll be there with my lovely wife, Gail. Would love to say hello and a big Merry Christmas and Happy New Year hug to all of you, spreading good cheer, Canuck Clay. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Yesterday, I told my lovely wife, Gail, that I felt like I was addicted to buying old Beatles records. So then Gail said to me, well, it sounds like you need help. And I said, nah, I already have that one. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.